Okay, I got my hair standing up in all directions, but yes, we are ready to go. Hello, everybody. Um, Not sure if I'm going to be by myself tonight or not. We'll just have to wait and see. Bob has kind of dropped out of my streams because he's like really busy at the moment. Maybe he'll come back when things calm down, but right now he's working like 7 days a week at the Ark. So, Jenny Lynn, Cat, I don't know if Grasshopper's still around. Hi, Scotty. So we might just be doing stories and shit tonight if I'm all by myself all night. We'll have to see. Hi, Craig. Chew, hi. I gotta show you guys the I don't know. Let's see if anybody knows what this is. Except I know Kat knows because I posted it in Discord, but we'll see if anybody knows what this is a drawing of. That's one of my new drawings. I wish the webcam was a little bit sharper, but you know, what can you do? Hey, Grasshopper. Now, you knew what it was because I posted it in Discord and told you. Oh, Terry got it, though. Yeah, it's a grizzly bear paw. So that is one of the things that's up for auction tonight if anybody wants a grizzly bear paw with a little bit of snow on it. And I also have the hawk and the deer. So those are the little guys that I got, and they're like $20 for an opening bid. So if anybody wants to come up with me, I might end up being by myself and would love some company. Terry, are you up to it tonight? So have I said hi to everybody? We've got Kat and Grasshopper and Craig and Scotty and Jenny Lynn. And I think that's it for a moment. And then we just lost somebody, maybe because I suggested somebody could come up. Somebody dropped out going, oh my God, I'm not coming up. I know, huh? Do you think an upstanding model citizen as I would ever get caught in a place as run down as Discord? All the time, Grasshopper, all the time. Oh, Terry says he's got to get a hat and a beverage. That's good. I have a couple ideas since I don't really like to be up by myself all the time trying to think of things to talk about. But I don't want to quit doing my streams, of course. But I have a couple ideas for guests, so I might have to start checking around and seeing if I can get a couple guests. Would you guys be interested if I could talk Amy, who owns the grizzly bear sanctuary, into coming up as a guest? Would you guys like to see that or not? Hi, Mike. Because I thought about it about a year ago and then I never got around to it. But wintertime is a good idea to have her because they don't have as many people visiting because a lot of times the roads are closed and stuff, or they have to close it because of the heavy snow. So I might be able to talk her into coming up. And she can tell you all about the grizzly bears. So that might be one idea for a guest. But we shall see. We shall see. So is anybody doing anything exciting this week? Hi, Divine. How are you? Are you at work tonight, Divine? Thanks, Grasshopper. I have lots of delusions, that's for sure. I spent last night and the day with my brother's boy. It's the first time we've met him. That's awesome. How old is he? Oh, happy birthday, Divine. You're just a young kid yet. Well, yeah, that would definitely make my day. How old is he, Craig? No working on your birthday. That's good. I remember years and years ago, my dad laughing because he got called into work on his birthday. And he was a truck driver and a member of the Teamsters Union. So it was like overtime for him, which was double. And then it was his birthday. So that was another bump up in pay. So I think that was another 50%. So he was making, at the time, this, now it doesn't sound like so much, but at the time it was a lot of money because this was years and years ago. He was making like $24 an hour. So he had overtime and birthday pay coming on top of that. So he made some pretty good money that weekend. Happy birthday, Divine. At 44. Hi, Sandy. I don't think Craig said how old his nephew was. Well, I hope he was old enough to where you couldn't corrupt him anyway, Craig. 4. Oh, cute age, cute age. That's cool. Very cool. I hope you didn't teach him any new cuss words or anything. He's been chasing fish. I'll bet. I'll bet. I am cold tonight. Oh, awesome. I'll have to go look at it after this is done. Did you put a picture of him up? Oh, you've been home all week sick? Got the flu bad. Oh, that sucks. Hi, GRB. I'll show you guys this nasty stuff here. Hang on. This should discourage anybody from wanting to move to Wyoming. Let's see. It should be here. Yep, here we go. There you go. It's 11 degrees right now. We got some snow coming in the morning. But check out the lows for the rest of the week. We got -3 tomorrow night, -3 Friday, -2 Saturday, -8 Sunday. Monday is a high of 5 and a low of -8. And Tuesday it's going to warm up. Yay. So yeah, it's going to get down to, looks like 6 degrees tonight. Well, it says 8, but we got 6 right there. So yeah, it's going to be cold. It's just colder than shit. That's it. Don't need to know more than that. And people who live there should just move. This is a good point. This is a good point. Oh, 100 degrees. It's too hot. Too hot. Too hot. We had snow for the last 3 days. That's not there's been snow all across the country, and I guess there's another storm that's going to be rolling through that's hitting the West Coast, I think, tonight and tomorrow morning. And it's supposed to go across the country and bring more snow. But they're getting snow in the Cascades and stuff in the Pacific Northwest tonight and tomorrow, I think. Just give Wyoming to Canada. I don't know. Wyoming is a lot colder than Canada is a lot of times. It's counted as part of the North Pole. I don't love the heat either. I used to prefer the cold to the heat, but as I'm getting older, I'm not so sure I like the cold either. So I'm hoping I can get some stuff done tomorrow. Hopefully it won't snow too hard. But the cold temperatures are just killing me right now. Going for a 0 for a high on Monday here. Yeah, we got 5 for a high and -8 for a low right now. Yeah, it's winter time. I'm still young, yeah, right. I'm sure I am. I'm going to be 69 this year. My cat that I've had since he was a kitten before he was even should have been weaned. He was just a little teeny little thing, barely had his eyes open. Hi, James Green. But he's 15 this year. That's like, holy cow. He's getting old too. Oh, Grasshopper, I feel so sorry for you. Hi, Travis. Oh, so what does anybody want to talk about since I don't have anybody up here with me yet? Let me see if I don't see any messages from Mike yet, from Black yet either. I have no idea if he's going to be around or not. Maybe. He saw my thing. But, oh, that reminds me, I'll show you guys what my daughter is working on right now. Because it's kind of cool. Okay, great. I'm going to show you what my oldest daughter is working on right now because I think it's really cool. She does like weavings. She does paintings too, and actually her paintings are really nice. They're not same as my style at all, but they're really nice. And then she also does like weavings where she has like a thing set up and everything, and she like, anyway, I'll just show you and you guys can see. But this is the one that she's working on right now that she posted that I think is pretty cool. See all the knobbies and stuff in there, all the different yarns and stuff. I think they're really cool. I think they're really neat. But that's my oldest daughter, Jessica, does those. And I really love them. And then she'll put them on, like, she'll like go up a ways and then she'll put them on a hanger that's like usually a piece of driftwood or something so you can hang them on the wall. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool, I think. I don't think it makes any difference if you mix up the lids of the bucket's a bucket's a bucket. I've never gotten a Menards one, but I've used several Home Depot ones. The blue Lowe's ones, yeah. I suppose if you got one of each, or just check them out and see which one's the heaviest. That would be really cool, wouldn't it, GRB? A poncho made like that. She made like little gnomes too that were really cute for Christmas. And little Santa Clauses and stuff, she wove them. Awesome. Thanks, James. It's 3:15 in the afternoon for Blackie. Yep. Oh, me too. I could never do that. But she comes up with some really cool things. What is the dog getting into? I hear you over there. What the hell are you doing? A little shit. What's a Menards? A Menards is like we have one here in town. They're like a farm store. Farm supplies and stuff. That's where I've got my tub for my turtles and stuff. Menards is a Walmart of home improvement stores. Oh, I don't know how much different stuff they have in there. I always just figured they were like a farm store because they've got all kinds of Powder River gates and stuff like that sitting outside in their lot. Men's Nards. No. You're so silly. So I was trying to think of stories or something to tell you to keep you entertained. Blackie's going to be here pretty quick, but how many of you have heard the story about the pop-up book? Oh, Trash Cat's not here tonight. I just noticed her missing. Cat, you haven't heard about the pop-up book? Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you. I know GRB's heard it. He's been around for a while. But I'll go ahead and tell it because it's a fun story. It was when my daughter was like about, yeah, it is kind of on GRB. My youngest daughter was about, oh, there's Trash Cat. Hi, Trash Cat. And Divine's heard it, but I'll tell it anyways. And I know Sandy's heard it if she's still hanging around. All the old timers have heard it, but I'm going to tell it because there's some new people. So, this was when my daughter was about 14 years old, and she was like in school. They sent home a permission slip that I had to sign so that she could take sex ed in health class. So she didn't really want to do it, but she kind of had to. So she did, and she hated it. She said there was boys in the class, and it was embarrassing, because they had both boys and girls in the class. And yeah, so anyway, she had it every Monday. So she got home from school one Monday, and I asked her how her sex education class went. And she kind of blushed and put her head in her hand. She said, "Oh my God, Mom." And I said, "What?" And she told me that the sex education teacher brought a pop-up book for high school kids in sex education. So I started laughing right away. I mean, instantly I was laughing just thinking about a pop-up book. So I asked her, I said, "So did the pop-up book have a penis?" And she's like, "Oh yeah." I know, Kat. That's what I was like, cracking up instantly. I was like, "Oh my God." But I asked if it had a pop-up penis, and she said, "Yep." And she said that's not the worst of it, because I was already laughing. And she said, "That's not the worst of it, Mom." She said the teacher used the pop-up penis to show the class how to put on a condom. Right? She used a pop-up penis in the book to show them how to put on a condom. So by this time I was laughing so hard I had tears coming out my eyes. And she says, "I'm not done yet, Mom." And I said, "Oh my God." And she said, then when the teacher was showing the class how to take the condom off, she accidentally ripped the penis out of the book. Oh. So yeah, she had sex education in grade school too, but she had to take it again in high school. So yeah. So I told her that was like there was going to be a whole classroom full of boys that would never use a condom in their lives. Would be scared to use a condom. Oh my God. So anyway, so that's the pop-up book story. And it totally made me laugh. Who is Sam talking to? Especially the ones with the cardboard dicks. Yep. I remember one time when I went to pick her up from school and it was snowing a lot. There was a lot of snow on the ground. So you go down the main street and it kind of like curves and goes by the high school and the grade school. And alongside the road, there was like a short metal railing, like the guardrails, about 3 feet tall. And then a trail for kids to walk on the other side. So they weren't walking on the road to go down to the school. And I'd gone to pick my daughter up, and there was this boy riding a bicycle on the trail beside the road. And he was showing off. I know he was showing off for my daughter. And he was like really pumping hard he was going to beat us to the stop sign, beat my truck to the stop sign. And so he's like zipping along. There's snow and stuff that's packed down, so it's kind of icy. But he bit it. He was going really fast, and he wrecked and ended up draped over the top of the guardrail. Like, seriously, just like hanging over his waist was on the guardrail, and his front half was on one side and his back half was on the other. So I had my daughter roll down the window and I yelled out, "Are you okay?" And he flipped us off and I started laughing. It was one of those things you might have had to be there to see how funny it was, but it looked pretty funny. Don't forget the ritual, yeah, and don't forget the GoFundMe for Dusty's family. So glad I'll be home tomorrow night. I'll laugh at every snowflake falling from home. We're supposed to get some snow tomorrow, but I doubt if it's going to be very much. We've just been getting dustings that have been. The thing is, though, it's so cold, none of it's going away. So it keeps piling on. But yeah, we're supposed to get some snow tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow. Well, from about 2 a.m. until about 10 a.m. It's supposed to snow. And then we have tomorrow's a high of 13, a low of -3. And Friday's 17 with -3. Saturday's a high of 11 with -2. Sunday's 11 with -8. And Monday is 5 for a high with -8. So all I got to say about that is crap. That's too cold. You got a drone? That is awesome. That's really awesome, Divine. Have you tried it out yet? You could go take pictures of the snow. That is an awesome thing. I've kind of been wanting one, but I don't know where I'd fly it. So this area of Laramie, this side of town is like you get past where I live on the highway heading towards Colorado, and it's well known for weird lights in the sky and stuff at night. So I'd probably end up losing my drone. Get one of those little, I didn't know they made little ones for indoors. Oh my goodness, several years ago, I posted a story on Facebook about this guy that his cat, who looked a lot like Mario, died. So he had this brilliant idea and hired a guy to make a drone out of his cat with its legs all straight out and stuff. I thought it was pretty cool, but yeah, it was kind of strange. Saw one at a local pawn shop for $79 in a real nice case. So it must be a cheapo. I don't know if you need to have a really expensive drone to be able to like have fun with it. Have you ever had a drone, Blackie?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes, I have had one.
Did you do some filming with it?
I did, but I forgot to record it.
Darn. Hi, Paul.
The day I received it, I did a test flight in my bedroom. Just so I tested it indoors first. I couldn't work out how to calibrate it properly because the instruction manuals were all in Chinese.
Oh, nice.
And then the following day, I took it outside for its maiden voyage, and I forgot to push the record button on my phone, and it went out of range and ended up 30 meters up in a tree, and it's probably still up in that tree to this day.
Oh, crap.
I was still getting signal from it to my phone showing me where it was, so I could sort of work out exactly where it was. Plus I went back at night time when the lights were still blinking on it. But it was just showing me this footage of tree bark and some leaves around the outside and stuff, and it was so high up in the tree you'd need multiple ladders and a very skilled climber to get up to it.
Oh, crap.
So that was $140 odd down the drain.
Dang. And you never even hit record on its first flight, and only flight.
That would have been decent footage to still have to this day, but unfortunately, rookie error or rookie errors, multiple rookie errors.
Dang.
Oh, well. So I haven't ventured back into drones after that. G'day, Trav, Paul, Trash Cat, Divine, Cat, Huawei, mwah. GRB, hello, Mike, Coro. Happy birthday to Divine.
He's
Anyone
44
else?
years old.
44, a mere spring chicken.
Yep. Older than you, but still really young.
44, didn't you say 44?
Yeah.
I just turned 49.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was thinking you were younger, but yeah. Okay. Okay, so you're older than him, but you're both still young.
Fish James, hello.
You can complain about your age when you get to be. I'm going to be 69 this summer, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to save all of my age complaining until it's valid.
Yep. Marty, hello.
Yes, Grace here today. More humid nonsense. Got up this morning and it was nice and coolish and a bit rainy. And then all the rain went away and the sun came out and it's just so freaking humid. It's disgusting. And it's always nasty when I walk out of the beautifully air-conditioned supermarket, which always has a lovely temperature.
Yeah.
And then step straight out into the mugginess and it's gross.
My Voyage indoor flight went horrible. Uh-oh, did you just do it? Listen to what Blackie just told you about and don't make the same mistakes.
Well, the indoor voyage was quite easy, you know, because I was only traveling short distances. But once the other one got too high and too far away, I had to. There's a function on it as a kill switch, so you push two particular buttons at the same time, and it just switches the engines off and just drops. So that's what I did. But by the time I pushed the kill switch, it was already way too close to the canopy of the trees and had to pick one of the tallest trees around to land right up in.
Of course.
And it was when there was when there was lots of the dude who owns that property, he's been logging, or he was back then, hasn't done it for a while, was logging all of the camphor laurel trees out, which are a pest species around here, but they're very rife. They're everywhere. But yeah, the tree that it landed in was a large native sallywattle or something. And yes, it wasn't being cut down, so I couldn't even wait for the tree to come down.
Oh. Well, I have never had one, but I would probably wreck it on its first flight too.
Yeah, I think the key is to get one that you can guarantee the instruction manual is going to be in your primary language.
Yeah, that's always a good thing, yes.
And that has a reasonable range, a wee bit better range than the one mine had. It said 80 meters, but it wasn't. It was definitely within 80 meters when it started to bank and slowly disappear further. G'day, Scotty.
Oh, yeah, arthritis would suck. I think I'm getting it in my knees a little bit, but they don't bother me all the time, but I can't, if I drive for more than a couple hours, my knees start hurting so bad I can't stand it. I have to pull over and get out and stretch them out. And I can't lay flat on the floor because my knees start hurting. And oh, hey, Jay.
G'day, Jay.
All that good stuff. Yeah, if I have any problems at all with muscle aches and stuff, it starts with my knees. But then I've messed up my knees royally a couple times in my life, so That probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, well, then it's a knock-on effect, isn't it? Because your knees affect everything else.
Yep.
You make adjustments in your posture to counterbalance your problems and just makes it all terrible. Are you right?
Yep. And when I'm in bed at night, I always sleep on one side, but I have to, I'll wake up a couple times and have to switch sides because my knees will be hurting. So I have to roll over to the other side. And then it's good for a while, and then I'll wake up and have to do it again.
Yes, I'm constantly tossing and turning. One side, and when I'm laying on my right-hand side, I get bad sciatic pain.
Oh,
No, that's when I lay on my left-hand side, which is where I try and spend most of my sleep. But then when I roll onto my right-hand side, I get the same sort of thing, but down the brachial nerve through the shoulder.
yeah. So you know what I mean, but with me, it's my knees. My knees will start hurting, and I gotta switch sides.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I got a decent night's sleep. It's been a long time. How's it going, Paul? Long time no see, mate.
So I'll show you guys my. Now the guys that already know don't say anything. So how many of you know what this is?
Looks like a barefoot.
It is. It's a grizzly bear foot. Front paw. So that's my new drawing. That's up for sale.
Nice.
And I've got the deer and the hawk. And those are the little ones that I have for sale right now if anybody wants them. It's a $20 bid.
Sold two the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Have you ever tried a pillow between your knees? I never have. That might help though.
Yeah, I resort to that sometimes. It does alleviate a bit of the sciatic pressure.
What is Grasshopper talking about?
A clogged cart? What's a clogged cart? Drug paraphernalia? I thought it was a joke, but there's no punchline yet.
Cartridge of oil. We're talking about Mario Kart. Okay.
Yeah, right. Mario won a kart.
Yeah. Hi, Daniel. I don't know if you should cradle your balls or not, Grasshopper. I don't have that problem.
Hey, Dan.
So I've been thinking about getting a hold of my friend that runs the grizzly bear sanctuary and see if she would come on one night. What do you think?
Cool.
Would that be fun?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure she'd have some interesting stories, or he, whichever.
Yeah.
Whereabouts is that?
It is in Montana.
How far away is that from you? A few hours drive?
For me to go there, it's about 11 hours.
Yeesh.
But when I lived there, I used to volunteer at the place. But the but I don't live there anymore. So yeah. But we're still like follow each other on Facebook and stuff. And I know that wintertime is slow there as far as tourists stopping by. So I might see if she wants to come up one night. Pile of clean clothes. Hi, Daniken. What's up with you? I do have the link pasted on top if anybody wants to come up.
Come on, AC on 21 degrees and it still doesn't feel cool enough yet.
Oh my God.
And I had it running while I was at the shop to cool the room before I got back.
I'm going to switch my weather to Celsius and then show you guys real quick. So this is in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Just for you Australian peoples. And there you go. There's our weather forecast for the next week.
Mine only says it's 27 degrees outside, but it certainly feels hotter than that because of how bloody humid it is.
Oh, we got like, what is that, minus 22 Celsius for a few nights?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, gorgeous, huh? We're getting some snow tonight.
Mine was predicting a thunderstorm this afternoon, but then it rained this morning quite heavy for a few minutes. And now it looks like clear blue sky and just hot as F's.
Yeah, we're supposed to get snow. Looks like from about 2 a.m. until about 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be snowing here. Probably not a lot, but it's been so cold that even like dustings of snow aren't going anywhere. So every time we get a dusting of snow, it just piles on top of the last dusting of snow. You're getting freezing rain Friday. I heard something about the Pacific Northwest is supposed to be getting like, I think you're getting snow in the Cascades and stuff. There's a storm coming in, I think tonight, tomorrow morning. And then it's supposed to go all the way across the nation again, snowing in places. But I think up in the Cascades, you're going to be getting snow. And freezing rain sucks. Oh, Grasshopper says he won a Scuba Steve t-shirt last month, but he hasn't opened it yet. You need to open it. Get up here and open it. We can see what it is. I remember one year I grew up in, you probably already heard this, Daniken, but I grew up in Scappoose, which is west of Portland on the old highway to Astoria. And I remember one year when I was a kid, we got about 3 feet of snow. And then we got freezing rain on top of that. So it was like this layer of ice with snow underneath of it. And school was closed, and we spent like 2 weeks sledding. We had an really old wooden sled that was like had slivers and stuff because it was so old, and the runners were all rusty on it, but we would take a candle every morning and like wax up the runners really good, and then go up to the school. Was about a block away, and there was this hill that at the time I thought was huge, but seeing it as an adult, it was just this little wimpy little hill, but we'd sled down that hill.
God, our closest form of that entertainment was cardboard sliding down the hills.
Yeah.
But still have, the hills are still there. There's 2 or 3 rather nice selections that we used to go and hang out at, take a carton of beer or some other naughty stuff and hang out for the afternoon, just doing ridiculous things down the hill.
Yeah. We like all the kids in the neighborhood would go up to the school and go sliding down the hill. Lots of wrecks and running over each other and stuff. And about halfway through the day, we'd haul the sled back home and wax up the runners again. Divine says freezer boxes.
For sliding down the hill, Divine.
Pam, do people in Wyoming still wear those wool-lined pale animal hide jackets and coats like the old cattlemen? Yeah, actually, quite a few people do. The ranchers still do. People that have to work outside a lot, they'll wear those. Oh yeah, St. Helens is the next town past Scappoose. I used to go to St. Helens when I was a teenager and we'd call it dragging the gut, which was this like little circle that we would make through town in our cars, and you just go round and round, and people would be sitting along the sides, and you'd wave at them, and everybody's showing their cars off, and it was like the thing to do when I was a kid. But now kids don't do that because gas costs too much, which kind of killed dragging the gut. But that was our weekend entertainment. Friday and Saturday nights we would drag the gut. And we'd always go to St. Helens because St. Helens was a lot bigger than Scappoose and had more of a downtown street and stuff to make the loop on. So we'd go to St. Helens to drag the gut.
I'd like to know the etymology of that phrase, drag the gut.
I don't know. I suppose drag like dragster and gut like the center of town. Hey, Bob.
Bye-bye. Kragos.
Passing through on the way to the bathroom. Well, make sure you wash your hands.
How's your weather situation down there, Kragos? We sure do talk a lot of weather on this channel, don't we?
Yeah.
I would imagine Craig's not too far away. He's probably in the realms of getting a thunderstorm this Arvo as well.
At least it's not dropping your guts. Yeah. Well, see, back when I was a teenager and at the age to do that kind of stuff was also the age of all the cool cars. You know, back when cars were cool and used a lot of gas. Muscle cars. That's what I was trying to think. Muscle cars. It was back in the day of muscle cars. So, and I had a Barracuda. Well, hello, Rack.
Hello,
it's
Rack.
Good to see you. Yeah, Rack probably remembers the cool cars. When I was like a teenager, muscle cars were the thing. And now they're like classic cars, right? Because they don't make them anymore.
And
just like kids don't drag the gut anymore.
Well, my kids do because all their cars are so freaking low to the ground.
Ah.
And there's lots of potholes in this town, so They can't drive anywhere without swerving all over the place and scraping somewhere or other. And can I clarify that you did understand GRB's dropping your guts? Is that phrase understood in America?
No, what is it?
Farting.
Oh, okay. Nope, haven't heard that one. Oh, Rex says he just started collecting Hot Wheels again. I remember Hot Wheels.
I just gave away a bunch of my old ones from my childhood to my neighbour's grandson.
Oh, Rack, I should show you what my daughter's working on right now. My oldest daughter, Jessica. I showed everybody earlier, but it's been a while, and you weren't there, so I'll show you. I think I still have it. Or I can just click on it. We shall see.
And the link's pinned at the top if you want to come up, Rack.
Yeah, the link's pinned at the top. Yep, it's still up. This is a weaving that my daughter is working on right now. I think it's pretty cool.
Wild. That's a lot of knotting and tying and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And she uses like all different kinds of yarns and materials in them. And I just think they're really gorgeous and cool.
Is it all just knotting and tying, or is it needling?
No, it's actually weaving. You can see the loom at the top part where she's going up on it.
Yeah, cool.
So it's like, I don't know if you call that weaving, or when you use a loom like that, I think it's called weaving.
Yeah. Or tatting if you're making fine stuff. G'day, Vanoxki.
Yeah, she makes these like wall hangings is what she's doing there. And it'll go up a little ways, and then she'll like have it hanging off of a piece of driftwood or something like that where you can hang it on the wall. They're pretty cool. Then at Christmas time, she made a bunch of gnomes and Santa Clauses with the hats and then the beard coming down and stuff. They were really, really cute. Yeah, she has cool, and she does painting too, and she make her painting style is totally different than mine, but it's really nice. You had a 69 GTO, a 1970 Monte Carlo, and a 1970 Nova. Awesome. I had a 65 Barracuda. And then my next car, I don't want to talk about because it makes me mad every time I think about it.
That's the one your old man sold on you or something?
Yeah, he sold it for $100. Yep. Yep. Hi, Rick.
G'day, Rick.
At that time when I had my Barracuda, I wasn't living at home anymore. And my younger brother was living at home with our parents. And I always had like a spare set of car keys on top of the refrigerator just in case. And one time I went to St. Helens and I was driving around dragging the gut and stuff and met up with my boyfriend. So I parked the car and we went bowling at the bowling alley. And we came back to where I parked my car after a couple hours and my car wasn't there. and I was like in a panic, and we like went through the gut one more time, and I decided, okay, we're going to have to call the police because somebody's stolen my car. And we came back to where I parked my car, and my car was there. And we pulled it beside my car, and I was like, what the hell? It wasn't here a minute ago, and now it's here. And right about then, I looked up and saw my brother walking across the street towards me. And I knew instantly what happened. Like I say, my parents had a spare key for my car, and he lived at home. So I was like, mad. But I decided I would give him a chance to explain himself why he took my car. So he comes up to my window, or actually to the, like I was sitting in my boyfriend's car. So I was like on the passenger side, and he walked up to the driver's side window and leaned in, and I'm sitting there waiting for him to explain himself. And he asked me if he could take my car the next day to go car shopping. And I just like exploded. I was like, you already took my car. Give me my damn keys right now. And he's like, I don't have your keys. I don't know what you're talking about. And oh man, I was like trying to climb over my boyfriend to get to him and get out the window and choke him to death. Yeah. So that was a fun night.
Did he just pinch it that night?
Yeah, he did. He told me that he just like went one time around the gut and that was it. But when I got in the car and looked, I had like almost half a tank of gas was gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
Must have went hard around the gut.
Well, somebody told me that they saw my car going up this hill as part of the gut. And he like, it was like a 4-speed, and he like shifted down to first gear to where the motor would really roar like it was big going up the hill and stuff. Yeah, that's what he was doing with my car. So I was not a happy camper. It's one of the few times in my life that I have totally lost my temper.
And did your brother ever actually come clean and say what he did? Or you'd only got that hearsay to go on?
Only got the hearsay, and then so I didn't speak to him for a couple weeks, and he was, oh God, he was such a spoiled brat. But he complained to mom that I wasn't speaking to him and I was ignoring him. So my mom called me and like chewed me out, and he's your brother and you got to forgive him and da 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 da. So get this. So I'm cruising the gut and I see him in his friend's car on the passenger side. They kind of pull up beside me. So I'm like, okay, he's my brother. I'll forgive him. So I looked over and I waved at him and he flipped me off. And then I was mad all over again. So they took off and they were ahead of me. And I like stepped on the gas at first opportunity and pulled up beside him and flipped him off as I passed him, right? So I get home and my phone is ringing when I walked in the door. And it's my mother. And she's like, Steve said that you flipped him off in front of his friends, and that's so unladylike. And you just embarrassed him in front of all of his friends. And she's like going on and on, chewing me out. I'm like, Jesus Christ. God. Oh my God. Yeah. I didn't always get along well with my brother. He's the one actually that I don't speak to anymore. I haven't spoken to him for almost 20 years.
Uh-huh.
So yeah. But sorry about the stories like that. But yeah, that happened. Kids. So how many brothers and sisters do you have? Hi, TJ.
I have one brother, hi TJ, and 2 older sisters. They're all 3 of them are older than me.
Ah, so you're the baby.
Yes. And when my hello.
ladies and gentlemen.
Short hair. Look at this short hair.
Almost respectable.
Yeah, I saved a little remnant.
Yeah, still to this day, when my my dad introduces me to people, he still says he's our baby. Nearly 50, and I'm still getting referred to like that.
Night, Bob.
Did I run Bob off? Sorry about that.
Nope. He just
Good
popped
night,
by
Bob.
for a minute, said hi on his way to the bathroom. So, are you the baby of the family, Rack?
On the contrary, I'm the firstborn.
Ah, you're the oldest.
Yeah. The hardworking, responsible one.
Oh, TJ, I'm going to show, everybody's probably tired of seeing my weather, but I'm going to show TJ my weather because she's saying that they're supposed to be close to negatives by Sunday. So I'm going to show her my forecast here real quick. Just because. And there we go.
Boy, oh boy.
For the next week. -3 on Thursday, -3 Friday, -2 on Saturday, -8 on Sunday and Monday.
Fun. No fun.
So yeah, it's and look at the highs, 13, 17, 11, 5. So yeah, we're going to have some cold weather this week. Cold, and a little bit of snow tonight. And it looks like we're going to have snow Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. And there's probably not a lot of snow, but, you know, when it's that cold, it's not going anywhere. Whatever falls is going to be there for a while. Sunday's low here will be -15. That's getting damn cold. They were calling for -17. But then they changed it to -8 for Sunday and Monday. So hopefully it'll not be down to the minus teens.
I don't think I could stick it out there, Pam.
You don't think so?
No.
My daughter posted a thing on Facebook for me. I could show you guys. Let me see. It was pretty funny. It was like that. Hang on just a second here and let me find it. Oh, I got to go to my thing. And then I got to go here. Oh, here it is. It's the Instagram thing.
Happy New Year's, by the way, everyone.
Same to you, man.
Oh, that's right. It is still kind of the holiday. I have a new snake, the one I showed y'all. All right. Arriving from California. Very nice. Okay. And the sound on here.
Realize it's not working and then just suffer. If your toes turn black, seek medical attention. Don't go outside. There is absolutely nothing that you need outside in the wintertime. Yeah, but what if I need to go, blah, blah. No, you don't need to go outside. It's 2024. Everything can be ordered for delivery. Stay inside, make radiator your friend, and wait for spring. What do you do if it's really, really cold outside in the winter? Accept it. There is nothing you can do about it. Dress warm, go outside, and then realize it's not working, and then just suffer. Your clothes turn black, seek medical attention.
Good advice. So, Rack, have you ever had a drone?
Yes, I have a drone.
We were talking about drones because Divine Lover is 44 years old today, and he got a drone for his birthday.
Excellent. I recorded my pond build with my drone. That's why I got it. It was a lot of fun.
So, see, Blackie, he actually got one and was able to use it without putting it up in the tree on his first time.
Yeah.
Some people are just blessed with natural skills.
Blackie's first drone, or his own first and only drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, on its maiden voyage, it's in a tree that it's still in.
How long ago was that, Mikey?
Probably almost a year by now. Maybe 9-10 months ago.
What were the conditions of the flight?
It was quite still and not very windy, but the instruction manual for it was in Chinese hieroglyphics. So I couldn't actually work out how to properly calibrate it. And I don't think its range was as good as the range it claimed, because as soon as I got it a certain height in the air and off in a distance, it just sort of leaned to one side and just started to drift away further from me.
No good.
So, yeah, as I tried to sort of jog after it to catch up, but once I realized it was a lost cause, I just hit the kill switch and let it drop. But it was
Let her go.
It was way too close to the canopy of the trees, and it's like I estimate about 30 meters up in a tree, which is quite a massive tree.
Well, I would qualify that as equipment malfunction.
Yeah, oh, that's awfully generous of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold that against your record. I'd let you fly again.
It's what it's done is it's left me in this quandary of if I go for a new one. G'day, Huawei.
Hello.
If I go for a new one, do I just get another cheap one expecting myself to crash it again, or do I get an expensive one so it performs better? So yeah.
That is your prize winnings, huh?
Yes.
You have got so much
Yeah.
patience, Huawei. I don't even know.
I know.
You did that.
It's insane.
You see what he has there, Pam? What's the post?
What
Huawei.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
September 20th last year.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's almost 6 months ago. I forgot what's in there.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Pear print.
Thank you.
Oh, and the chili pepper. You know the title of that chili?
What's that?
Spicy as hell.
Oh, L. Oh, and then I got.
Yeah. QR code on the business card.
Nice. Very professional. And then I got this. I won it from Stephen P's, or not Stephen P. Scuba Steve, the other Stephen. He was doing a giveaway, and I won. Oh, let me turn off that TV. Okay, sorry.
Who doesn't divine? He's a natural.
You guys have seen it before I am. Come on.
You're gonna be able
Tape
to
is fully. Gotta be smarter than the tape. That wasn't even to open it.
Oh, Rack disappeared.
Okay, I'm back.
Scuba Steve.
Boom.
Scuba squad, is it? Nice.
Very nice. I like that.
Nice. Yeah. He was doing a giveaway and I got picked, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, those were the two things those are the only two things I have to open. So, but I did wait. I waited for Rack to get on. I'm glad he was on. He disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know where he went. He disappeared.
Probably just hiding his tears of joy that his package finally got opened.
Oh, it got here. It got here in September.
That's pretty wild. That's some amazing patience.
Oh, Amy goes, want this? Amy.
Oh, there he is again.
Hey, sorry.
I'm so excited for Huawei's unboxing.
You hit
Like
buttons.
Like my
didn't you?
computer.
GRB was asking what was the car that we had here that was famous for the gas tank exploding because it was in the back. I think that was a Pinto, which I had one at one time. I think the Gremlin did too. Didn't the Gremlin have the same problem? I don't remember. But the Ford Pinto definitely had that problem.
Yeah, I know the Pinto did. Nothing competed with the Pinto.
Yeah, my Pinto was like bright yellow. Like you could park it underneath a McDonald's sign and you'd be camouflaged totally.
It was a cool car. I mean, if you look at the shape now, it looks futuristic. They were ahead of their time.
Well, right after I got it, the head gasket started leaking. So I got a hold of a guy that did backyard mechanics, and he said he could get to it in about a week. So during that week, I worked in town. I lived about 10 miles out of town. And so when I just get cases of oil, and I just fill it up with oil, and I would watch keep an eye on the rear view mirror, you know. And when I could see out the back window again because of the black smoke, you know, oil blowing out the back with black smoke. When I could see out the window again, then I'd pull over and fill it up with oil again and then go like hell until it was gone again. But my kids started calling my car the Comet because it was this big yellow ball with a big black smoke cloud behind it. So they call it the Comet.
Comet.
Yeah.
Good fit, Samuel.
And that was one of it was like a Saturday night, and one of my my kids used to go to this church. So awesome. That's really cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've been making some dioramas. I made one in a Altoid tin of fly fisherman.
Very cool. I like that.
I have another small one here with a Hot Wheel in the Altoids tin.
Aha. Oh, those are really tiny then.
Yes. I think this fly fisherman and the one you have on the screen is what they call an HO scale for train modelers.
Train set, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
so it's
thought.
kind of a small, I think it's like 1/80th scale or something like that.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I made that for a fly fishing shop and put their logo in the lid. It was pretty cool.
That is cool.
And that's resin. I poured some resin on rocks for the river and built up some earth with some dirt from the garden and some grout and plaster Paris. And the
Nice.
bushes are sponges that are dyed OD green.
Oh, that's clever. Very cool.
Yeah, and then about 3 tones of earth paint and green all around 3 sides, and the back side had a banner for the fly shop's business.
Nice.
What a nifty idea.
Oh, I'm doing a larger one. Pam, if you'll put me on screen, I'll show you this large one I have. I don't have a photograph of it. I'll have to hold it up.
Hang on.
What are you doing it in a cigar box?
Not yet, but I like the idea, Blackie. Here's the other small Altoids tin.
Ah,
So I made a little garage for my Porsche.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I think my only remaining Altoids tin just houses spare parts for my Fender Stratocaster.
Well, that's what we call a good start, Mikey.
Hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I've got another trout fisherman to put in the river of resin.
Nice rack.
Drill holes and plant them in there and glue them. And I've got a
Nice.
little vehicle for them to get there in.
Pretty cool.
I mean, you wouldn't believe it, but you can spend days on these things. This one's actually been in progress for a couple of weeks.
I made one that was kind of like a what size was it? It was on a big piece of plywood. Must have been like 3 foot by 4 foot or something like that. But years ago I made it for I had trees and bushes and all kinds of stuff, but I made like a my daughter was like totally into dinosaurs, and I made her like a dinosaur land with a volcano and caves.
That's
Put
cool.
dinosaurs in and all that kind of stuff for her birthday. Hey, Mojo.
G'day, Mojo.
But I mostly use like trees and stuff from the train store, toy train store.
So, and I've also done a bunch. You can see over here.
Oh yeah.
Let me grab one of those.
I'm going to step down. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you,
Bye.
Sam.
Hey,
I'll be in
congratulations
touch.
on your opening,
Thank
Sam.
you. Thank you, Rack. Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
So just a little box and some bent wire and some
Yeah.
bent rocks here. So this is supposed to be that is supposed to be what I caught. I'm telling a story with this diorama and several others, and this is going to end up being wall art with all of those fish in one frame. That's supposed to be the catch of the day.
All right.
And the dioramas tell the story of the fishing trip.
Very cool. Good concept. I like art with a concept.
It's out. Yeah, I think it's outside the box. It's definitely not fine art. It speaks to craft because it's dimensional and folk art for sure. And I think it's going to be delightful for the people to see. That's what I'm going for. I want the smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it will be for sale if someone wants to buy it. I won't argue or be mad at that, but
Would it be absurd to think that you should sell it in your fly fishing store that you're dealing with?
Yeah, I have several pieces of art there now, and so then once the other fly stores learned of this, I've got a full line of trout art in just about every fly shop in the region. And
Very
this
good.
guy, that big trout there on my wall, that thing is
I saw that on Facebook. That's pretty cool.
48 inches long on my wall,
Wow.
and it's got the metal standoffs. So I really like that piece. Got several different stickers, that round one, and then the little guy here. So
Nice.
whoever buys art gets a sticker also in the back of the clear wrapper. And I can't get over these things. I'm doing this little, I told you last time, Pam, if you remember, that's a joiner biscuit, that piece of wood.
Yeah.
For cabinet makers. And they come in 100 pack.
Oh, nice.
I can't.
You can have a huge school of
I've ruined about 4, so I probably have 96 of these trout in different flavors running around.
And are they easy enough to carve?
Got a bag full of trout.
Being that they're a joiner piece, are they a hardwood or are they easy to carve?
Well, they come already shaped. All I have to do is paint them and cut a slit in the back to insert a guitar tip.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. And you had the brook trout there, the brown trout. And then I did a holiday trout. Snook, if you live in Florida or near. Do you have snook in Australia, Mike?
No, we don't.
That's a mangrove fish in Florida on the flats. And then sometimes I just sketch and doodle, it's like paper.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then sometimes, the artist gets loose and you can't slow him down, and he does crazy stuff. You never know. You get 100 of something, you just, the leash is off. I did a minnow. The brook trout is probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
That's the only native trout to Tennessee. And then there was the last little experimental tie-dye. That's a lot of fun.
What about a silver marker GRB? A silver Nico or a, what do you call them nowadays? Sharpies.
Yep. What about it?
GRB just needs a tiny drop of silver paint to fix a chip on a guitar.
Yep, the Sharpie's metallic might work.
Oh, yeah, that might work because it actually covers pretty well and is shiny.
Good night, Divine. Happy birthday. Enjoy the rest
Happy
of
birthday. Have a good rest of your
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Get some sleep.
So I think I'm caught up on projects there, Pam. Have you done anything?
Well, I'll show you. I got a couple little drawings tonight.
Oh, good. Blackie, have you done any art?
Anybody
Or are you still
interested in buying
semi-retirement?
any? But let's see if you can tell what this is.
Bear paw.
It is. It's a grizzly bear. Front paw of the grizzly bear. She was playing in the snow.
From an artist's perspective, it's kind of scary to think how you got that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right before he smacked me. It's the last thing I remember.
I just convinced myself it was running away for fear of its own life.
I got a deer.
Is that a mule deer?
I'm not sure. It was a little guy. It's a little girl. I think it's probably a blacktail.
Yeah, I think that's a mule deer, a blacktail. We have the whitetail.
Yeah. And then I've got a hawk.
What type of hawk is that?
I think it's a red-tailed hawk. but I'm not positive.
I'm gonna. It looks like I'll have to see it in real life, but it looks like a red-shouldered hawk.
That could be.
A red-tailed hawk's clearer on the upper chest and banded across the belly.
I'll show you the pictures of it. A picture of it. Hang on. Let me pull up my hawk pictures and find it. Probably under this folder that says Eagles and Hawks. Where are we at? Here we are. Nope, that's not it.
Yes,
That is a golden eagle.
I've Googled them and I now agree with Rack. I think it's a red-shouldered hawk.
It could be. I just don't remember for sure what kind of hawk it was. But hang on, I'm getting to the pictures of it. What?
Night Divine Lover, if you're still hanging around, I just saw your post.
Yeah, I had to use the Sharpie trick at the expo because I knocked a one of Sarah's pictures off the wall where it was hung, and it landed on its corner and busted up the corner a bit. So I just got the Sharpie out and painted the timber up black so it didn't look too damaged.
How did things go at the expo? I'm slow to catch up.
Yeah, we sold lots of stuff. It was
Cool.
very busy, very
Cool.
hectic, very hot, very sore feet.
Very worth it.
It was worth it, yes,
Good.
for the most part.
Maybe you'll go back.
Maybe she will.
Okay, so there's the hawk.
That could be a dark phase red tail. See how the tail is mostly red? It's still juvenile,
Yeah.
but that little black. You know, dark phase. What were they doing there? Rehabbing or training for?
Rehabbing.
Yeah, okay.
It's a rehab place that's in Bozeman. And they used to have like an open house once a year. And I'd always go and visit the critters that they had out showing everybody.
Do you recall if they had a metal band on the other leg that we can't see?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Is Bozeman in Indiana?
No, it's in Montana.
Oh, right.
Looks like it's just got leather straps on the other foot too.
Yeah, it does. Hasn't been banded for release, so maybe it's not releasable.
That could be. They had several there that were like
Yeah.
not able to be released because of they were too badly injured.
That's a good looking bird. Oh,
That's a Swain's hawk.
Swainson's.
Yeah, Swainson's hawk.
And we don't get that in the East very much.
And the owl.
Great horned owl.
Yeah. They also had one of those little, there's that hawk again. They also had one of those, what are those little tiny little owls?
Screech owl, elf owl,
No,
solid
ground
owl.
smaller.
The ground
Elf owl's
ones?
the smallest.
So these guys are about 6 inches tall. I should get the one here in a minute. That guy right there.
Not an elf owl. That's like a spotted owl or something, Western.
No, he was really tiny.
Owl,
It's,
flammulated owl.
I can't remember what he was called now. But he
Uh,
was little. He was only about 6 inches tall.
Pygmy owl.
Isn't that one of those ground ones? That
No,
nest on the
Not a
ground?
burrowing owl.
Burrowing,
It was
yeah.
one of those, they had the same thing last year when they opened up the tree in New York. There was one that was in there and they had to like catch it and take it back out and release it. But for the life of me, my mind just went blank on what kind of owl it is. But this guy was a permanent resident. He had a wing that was not fixable. It didn't heal, and I love that picture of him right there.
Like superhero pose or something.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going
Do
to
not
kill
mess
you.
with me. Northern pygmy owl, flammulated owl, spotted owl.
But yeah, he was one of their permanent residents. They had several permanent residents that were not able to be cured.
The elf owl is smaller and not as hefty as that. It weighs as much as 16 pennies.
Wow. That's
I've only
really
ever
good.
seen it in Arizona. I don't know if it likes cold weather.
Huawei says Pam showing off her hooters again on stream.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever it takes, right, Pam?
yeah, that's it.
You got 18 watching now, so it's working. I haven't hit the like button yet. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. There you go.
Actually, you do too if you haven't hit the like yet.
Saw-whet owl, that's what it is.
Northern saw-whet owl. Okay.
Yeah, that's what he was.
Okay, so that was an adult. They look a lot different, a little bit cuter, in my opinion, when they're juveniles.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
That's the juvenile saw-whet owl.
Yeah, that is cute.
Tell you what, this heat and humidity has almost made me join the haircut club rack. But you know,
Well, I'm not going to influence you because it's a very personal decision, but I
Yeah,
will say that I got a message from one of our fish fam friends who told me haircuts were for quitters.
was that me?
No, no.
Sounds like something I'd write when I'm drunk in the middle of the night. But yeah, I know. As soon as winter would roll around, that I'd probably regret it. So I just got to persist with tying it up and shaving the sides. I'm really overdue to shave the sides. That makes a massive difference with temperature regulation. Yeah, are you guys familiar with tawny frogmouths that GRB's talking about?
Uh-uh.
I think it's one of the goat suckers, like a whippoorwill or Chuckwill's widow, or
whippoorwill was related to them. Yeah,
nighthawk, common nighthawk here. I don't think we have them in North America, but I've heard of them.
It's such an interesting name for a bird, isn't it? The whip.
Oh, GRB, I like your idea, Pam. If you look up that bird he's talking about, the tawny frogmouth, and they camouflage themselves like to total invisibility. You can have fun with that as a painting.
They believe in their camouflage too, so they don't flee or anything. You can get right up next to them and they don't freak out until you grab them by the wings. Not that I've ever done that.
Says a friend.
Yeah, it's like those lizards that believe that their camouflage is impeccable and that you can't see them. They just sit still.
You cannot see me. They're ninjas. No, what do they call it? Jedis. We're not the droids you're looking for. Yeah, I think the birds similar to that here, GRB, are mostly insectivorous, and the owls are mostly carnivores, and they prefer meat in their
Mammal
diet.
flesh.
Do you have a fly buzzing around, Blackie?
Not that I'm aware of. Why is that?
Oh, because I'm hearing a fly or something. And I know it's not here.
I mean, Rack's in a room full of flies. It might be one of his.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, over here it's so fly.
That's right. Good night, cat. Get
See you
some
later,
sleep.
cat.
See you, cat. Take it easy, doll.
Does nobody else hear that?
No.
I don't get it.
Maybe it's something on my computer or something. Huh. Oh, we can't. Bob's not here, so I can't say it's his open fly.
Pardon me.
Oh, here's a handsome lad.
I started to tell a story about when my Pinto, when I needed oil for it. It was like on a Saturday, and one of this guy from the kids' church had come down to like do a little Bible study with them, and I was out of oil, and he told me to that I could take his car and go to Moses Lake and get some oil. So while he was doing the Bible study with the kids, well, my ex-husband showed up. And, being the macho man, he had to go with me and drive, right? So Moses Lake was about 40 miles. So we got into Moses Lake and we're pulling up to the auto store. We're going to get the oil. And he asked me what the chances were of me taking him back. And I made a big mistake. I said, fat chance. And yeah, he didn't like that very well. So I went in to get the oil. And when I came out, he started backing up before I even got in the car. So I had to like dive to get into the car. And then we got out on the road heading back. And he was mad. So he was driving like an idiot, which is what he always did when he got mad. So I told him, I said, it's not even our car, or it's not even your car. I said, slow the heck down and pay attention to what you're doing. And he goes screeching onto the shoulder of the road, and slams to a stop. And he says, if you think you can do better, you drive. And he got out and started walking. So I scooted over into the driver's seat. And I pulled up beside him and unrolled the window. And I said, it's 40 miles back to the house, and you've got 10 seconds to get back in this car because we aren't married anymore, and I'm not going to wait for you. I'm going home. You can either get in the car or walk home.
No obligation.
Nope, no obligation. So he climbs in the car, and he's sitting in the passenger seat while I'm going home, and he's got his arms crossed. And he says, I'm a better driver than you are. I'm not the one that wrecked my car. And I said, well, that's pretty stupid because that was when I was 19 years old, And he said a couple other things, he was basically pouting. And I looked over at him and I said, oh, yeah? Well, my dad could beat up your dad.
You win.
Yep, that shut him up. Oh, is that the little baby saw-whet owl?
Yes, I went up with an ornithology class, and we sent a guy climbing up the tree to the owl box, and we took out the babies one at a time and banded them and put them back.
Oh, so cute.
Yes. So
When
that was
did you
probably
do
about
that?
a week before he fledged. I'm sorry, Blackie, what?
Did you do that like last week, the week before? You still look
Yeah,
very
right
similar.
after my haircut 16 years ago. That was a birding highlight. I used that as my profile picture on eBird.
That is just awesome.
Whenever I encounter an old picture like this, I refer to all of my old pictures as my prom picture.
Well, he doesn't look angry like the picture I showed of the little guy.
I don't know. He's pretty stern. He was not happy. He was giving me an earful. I just thought it was humorous. And that's an ornithology class standing around. And I guarantee you, no matter where they go in life, they're going to talk about that day they went and saw the baby owls banded.
Yeah. Were they where did they nest at? Did they nest like high up in the trees or?
Yeah, well, not so high in the trees, but the trees are high in elevation. They're kind of a boreal forest owl. So that was on top of the name of the place. Let's see, it's a state park and it's called Carver's Gap. They have a rhododendron festival there every year, and it straddles the North Carolina-Tennessee border.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's over 3,000 feet elevation, so we don't get those in the lowland. But I'm not surprised to hear they had one in New York, or that they range as far as the west.
Yeah, they're out here too, but yeah, they in New York it was like I say, it was their Christmas tree, and when they cut the ropes and let everything drop down and
Yeah,
started decorating it, they found this little owl in the tree.
way to go. Bringing the owl with them. Well, Pam, you should save this photograph and look at the difference between this baby owl and that
Oh,
adult.
there's a lot of difference because the adult one is like all striped and stuff.
Yeah, so this is for plumage for when they're in the nest.
Yeah.
And right after they fledge, they begin to switch into that plumage. But the leaves are on the tree. There's lots of hiding places with the leaves on the tree. And they stay in the evergreens until winter, and it turns I guess I just call it natural camouflage, whatever, mottled.
Yeah.
That next set of feathers will be mottled instead of solid colored. But I thought it was very interesting that they're so different in the juvenile plumage. Most birds, they're kind of a subdued color in their juvenile plumage.
Yeah, I did a drawing of a young one, and I don't even remember what kind of owl it was. And damn it, I can't show you because my file with my drawings is gone.
So it would be interesting, Blackie, to know about all of those colorful birds that you have. What do they look like as babies?
Well, if you're talking about like our lorikeets and stuff.
Oh yeah, and the fairy wrens.
The fairy wrens are brown until they sexually mature and either get their male colors, or females are always brown as well. Most of the parrot species, I think, have their adult colors when they leave the nest.
The ones I'm familiar with in the pet trade are, yeah.
But yeah, any of the little songbirds and stuff, I think, are mostly, they stick to camouflage colors until they can fly properly and stuff, for obvious reasons, that they're bite-sized and they fit in the mouths of most predators in one bite. But yeah, other birds are kookaburras. They're a big bird, but they're they're pretty much coloured up by the time they're leaving the nest. I had a family of kookaburras nest in an old termite nest in a tree out above the creek bank this year.
Very cool.
I couldn't work it out because all of a sudden there was this big ball of mud up in this hung dead branch in the tree, and it looked like it was a nest made out of mud. So I'm Googling up what birds make nests out of mud, and none that do it were big enough to justify the size of this nest outside. And then I looked up kookaburra nests, and kookaburra nests.
Were they raucous?
Yeah, they're one of my least favorite things on the planet are kookaburra babies.
Is that a great horned owl, Pam?
It was a baby, and I'm not sure, but I think it probably was.
Yeah. That downy baby is much different than the adult.
Yeah, a lot different. It was kind of fun to draw, but yeah.
Almost looks like it shouldn't be
I
out
didn't
of
see
the
the mother. I just saw the baby, so.
She saw you.
Probably,
That's
yes.
Yeah, I generally get them nesting around here. GRB, the splendid fairy wren. I have a few different flocks of them, plus the red version as well, which are very, very pretty. One of my favourite birds, the
Crazy.
scarlet fairy wren.
They're definitely beautiful.
And those wrens will they'll have at least an alpha and a beta male, so there's at least one or two coloured up ones in the flock, not just all brown and then one with the colours. And I've been backing off on the amount of seed that I feed my finches because grass is going off around here. There's seed everywhere. They don't need my help.
Incoming.
There's your horned owl, isn't it?
Yeah, that is on top of a pole that is one of our purple martin colonies that we ban. Not my personal one, but we go to a residence and ban the purple martins. And this guy came in at dusk and said, I'm going to have to check things out around here, see if there's any food for me.
Yeah.
So they're not very good at catching the adults, but if a young bird strays out of the nest, they're owl food.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. I one time when I lived on Cape Cod, I was sitting at the kitchen table and was bird watching, and my daughter joined me, and I had some feeders set up in the yard, where we could see them from the window, and there was all kinds of birds coming in, the little tufted titmouse, and which I always like to see them. But anyway, there was a lot of birds coming in, and I got up and I went to the bathroom, and I came back and sat back down. And I said, what did you do? So my daughter's like, what? And I said, the birds are all gone. What did you do? And she said, I didn't do anything. And like the bird feeder was kind of like on the edge of the lawn. And then my focus kind of came back to the porch area. We had like a deck with a rail around it. And my focus came back to that. And sitting on the rail of the deck was an young bald eagle. I'm like,
oh, wow.
Okay, that's why the birds are all gone.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Have you seen
there was no birds at the bird feeder anymore.
Have you seen the videos of the fishing boats getting swamped by bald eagles?
I haven't, no.
I've seen quite a few now where bald eagles are obviously working out that humans will give them a feed if they hassle them enough.
Hmm.
So you get these fishing boats covered in, 30 or 40 bald eagles trying to snavel an easy feed.
Oh yeah, yep, they do like the fish.
GRB says that red wren must be amazing. Do you have any pictures of that, Blackie?
I don't know if I've got pictures handy. I know there's probably video on my YouTube channel of them. I don't know if I've got bird photos on this computer.
Oh,
or
do you
not.
have a YouTube channel?
Some would argue that I don't.
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
I can't remember. So long ago since I've used it.
Are you
Lol.
accepting new subscribers?
Yeah, but they've got to be really decent people.
They have to manage their own expectations. Is that what you're saying?
Well, definitely that. That's always a thing with me. Where the heck do I put bird pictures? Yeah. Let's try a different approach.
Oh man, look at this puppy. I was looking for bird pictures and found this.
Oh, who is that youngster?
Actually looks like a mate of mine that I used to play cricket with.
I don't even remember being that young. I'm sure that was nice to be that young.
I showed a couple pictures the last stream that I did that I don't remember being that young either. Blackie was laughing at my hair.
Blackie.
I'm sure I wasn't. I think if I share this, does that get me there? No, it doesn't, does it? What am I sharing at the moment? Let me go back and look. Yeah, I'm on the wrong share, aren't I? Go there. There. Stop sharing that. Share. Where the fuck is it? Here we are. Let's try sharing this instead. Can you see that now?
There it is. Yeah.
There it is, yeah.
Not the best photo of it, but
Stunning. That's right there in your yard, eh?
yeah.
What are those?
They're red-browed finches. They're the finches that I feed. And that's them being self-sufficient and actually hunting their own seed instead of relying on mine.
There's a similar bird in Hawaii. I think they call it a waxbill. Very similar.
Yeah, but these little fairy wrens, the red ones, are very fun. That's a female of it.
Oh, really cute. I like how their tail sticks so straight up.
Oh, there's
My uncle used to tell me those were the girl birds.
with the tail sticking up.
Yeah.
Blackie posted this thing in our message
Yeah,
group. Did you see it where he said, where somebody asked what you call a female rooster? Oh, it made me laugh.
We're not going to talk about politics.
And yes, these are yellow-tailed black cockatoos.
Oh my gosh.
They're really raucous and, as you can see, quite destructive to tree branches and stuff.
Oh wow. Yeah, they got quite the beak on them.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they're just interested in cellulose from inside the wood, or if they're hunting for insect larvae inside the wood, or what. But they definitely, I mean, look, that's a bare piece of wood there that he's just started on. And look at him go. He's already taken a chunk out of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
No wonder I've got branches falling down every other day. But yeah, there's an old wives' tale that if you see a flock of them flying in the sky, however many you see in the flock, there'll be that many days of rain. I've never once seen it come true. Look, he's already into the core of the wood.
Yeah, he is.
And yeah, excuse the poor camera work. That was very zoomed in, so it's very hard
Oh, I get it.
to hold
Yeah.
that shit straight.
Yeah, mine all look like that, Blackie, unless I'm on a tripod. Every one.
Yeah.
Well, it looked like it was hollow in there, like he was onto something.
Yeah, it's probably full of borers or something. Look at him go. That branch isn't going to last. He's already through most of it. Yeah, they've got mega long tails and very raucous when they fly through the sky. But it's also a very promising sign that they're back. You know, the populations were dwindling a lot when I was growing up around here, and you'd very rarely see them.
Oh, good.
But now, without fail, every summer you see massive populations of them in the sky, especially breeding season when they're trying to mate up and whatnot. Actually, I'm not sure if they're monogamous or not. I'm not sure if cockatoos do that.
Did they have a wide range?
Yeah, they're certainly a very common cockatoo in the country, yes.
Well, that's good for survival.
And they're not quite as pretty as the red-tailed black cockatoos,
Yeah.
but still quite an attractive and fun bird until they start making branches fall on your roof and whatnot. Which is a bit of a dilemma at the moment because I've got some big rainforest trees that do hang out over my lean-to shed and garage that could probably come down in some serious winds and whatnot.
Oh, that guy's cute.
Yeah, gorgeous. Tell me the name again, Blackie.
Red-browed finch. Brow
my
as
God.
in forehead or
That's
eyebrow.
That's amazing.
And what did you say the Hawaiian one that looks like that is? A waxbeak.
Waxbill.
Waxbill. Is it a type of finch?
Yeah, and it feeds in the grass like those were for the little grass seeds.
I'll have to give him a goog and have a look. Actually, I like that photo, the one behind the rock that's looking straight at the camera. He's been sprung doing something naughty.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah, I'm really pissed off that this camera that I use to get these shots has a very good zoom lens on it, but through lack of use, the camera has developed a fungal growth inside the lens, and I'm not sure whether it's worth cleaning the lens or getting a new camera if I even need a new one. I've got a replacement that's older, but it still does a good job. Yeah, that's testimony to the zoom lens. That was from about 50 meters away.
Cool.
On an old fence post. But yeah, that's when they were all their courting activity was going out in this old garden bed we had out in the middle of the paddock. So there'd be, hours and hours on end of displaying behavior that I could just sit there and watch all day long.
I don't know how anyone can resist loving birds.
I know, right?
Even the little brown jobs, they're so cute.
Hmm. Los cocos burros. Yeah, I get photos of kookaburras all day long. They're always here. Hello, Jenny Lynn.
Pam, I think you've used that as a subject.
Oh yeah, I've done lots of little killdeers.
Little baby puffball.
Yeah.
It seems like that guy's body was smaller than a ping pong ball.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
those
them like
big
that
stilts
too.
he was running
Little
around
tiny
on
little
like a.
babies.
He looked like a Star Wars character. What's that? At? Here was an interesting duck from. They lived over North Carolina around Asheville for a while.
Oh,
They
that's
were
those mandarin
escaped-
ducks, isn't it?
Escaped from a farm and they lived for several generations. It's called a mandarin duck.
Yeah, they're really pretty,
Yeah,
really pretty ducks.
we have. I think they rival the wood duck.
I think they do too. Yeah.
They're just not native or indigenous. You know, we had an eruption of American flamingos following a hurricane this fall. And I've chased that bird in Florida a number of times. I still have never seen one in the wild, and they're still hanging around.
Oh wow.
So I'm hoping to go to Florida later in the month to see if I can see a flamingo.
Wow. I didn't even know American had a species of flamingo.
Yeah, and if you wanted to see it in America, typically you'd have to go to the Everglades and hire a boat or
Yeah.
not be intimidated by mosquitoes. And it had become so rare, the sightings, people just stopped going to look. But this hurricane, we even had 4 in Tennessee
Wow.
for about a week. And thousands of people got to see them. I was not one of them. But they're hanging around Central Florida, which is easy pickings
Yeah.
as far as flamingos go.
But are they native or are they introduced?
No, they're native. These probably blew up. If you look at the hurricane track, just right out of the Caribbean, and it's just, there's food up here too. Why don't we just hang around? They're not in a hurry to get back.
Yeah, that's like the ibis here. The ibis, Australian ibis, used to migrate from northern Australia down to this area every summer, winter, one of the two. Fly south for the winter, I think they did. Doesn't make sense though for birds, does it? Because they're flying to cooler temperatures. Yeah, but they used to always be here for 6-7 months a year and then disappear. But now they've learned that there's a perpetual source of food, so they just never leave anymore. They've become non-migratory.
We think that the flamingos will have a particular urge in the spring and they will leave. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and go down and see them. Pam, here's our wood duck. And you handle this as a subject very well. I happen to have a couple of your wood ducks in my collection.
Yep. I like the wood ducks.
Some time ago, you posted some of those pictures, Blackie. Maybe it was last year, breeding season.
Those pictures that I just showed.
Yeah, and maybe a blue one too.
Yeah, I think they might have even been from 2 years ago.
Okay, maybe they were nesting at your house.
Hmm. Yeah, at the moment, some of the grass in the back paddock is almost as tall as me. The owner really needs to get his ass into gear and slash the paddock because it's just so ridiculously long out there. It's not even worth trying to walk through. But when it is long like that, they quite successfully just nest in the long grass with, building little grass nests inside the grass and stuff. But yeah, when the grass is short, like it was when they were nesting here last year, there's a fence line over here with some shrubbery growing on it, so it grows like a hedge, and they nest inside there, nice and close to the ground.
What you got there?
Too many decades ago, my son and I were banding ring-billed gulls that
Okay.
accumulate in parking lots around here in the wintertime. I designed and built a trap, and we trapped and banded and released the first banded gulls in inland Virginia and the first ever in Tennessee.
Nice.
Yeah, so my trap was famous.
I used to see those guys on Cape Cod, especially
yeah.
around the canal. They would hang out around the canal for some reason.
I did mention that my spring vacation last year was to Maine to see the puffins.
Oh,
That was a lifelong bird I wanted to see, and it was worth the trip just to see those guys.
yeah, I would love to see them.
Well, I want to tell you a story about them that shocked me. As a birder, I should have just been more diligent. They are artificially introduced to Maine, and this island where you take the boat out to see them was inhabited by gulls, mostly herring gulls. And no one liked the herring gulls because they're like, for lack of a better word, a trash bird. They're so common and mean and vulgar. So they eradicated the gulls, and they didn't expand on what that meant. And I certainly did not want to ask. But the gulls weren't on the island anymore, so they could trap and relocate puffin. And they said that the puffin was the most populous bird on the planet. And they had no problem relocating and hanging around, breeding, setting up colonies on the island where we went out to go see them. So it was almost like, oh, this is an artificial rookery. Now I don't know how I feel about that, but it still is cute.
Yeah.
And I'm talking a mega $1 million eco boost. That boat was very large and very full, and they ran it every day. And that many people every day, that meant a lot of hotel rooms being booked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was Bar Harbor, Maine, so it's a tourist town. They have a college there, but small population. So they have a tourist season. Snow melts in April, May, and snow comes back in, fall, September, whatever. So in between there, that's the season. They have to make all their money as a city. And let me tell you, they are not hurting as a city.
Yeah.
No
Acadia
one's taking
National Park is all over the place. It's wonderful by the sea.
No one's taking a boat to an island to see seagulls.
A little disappointing to learn that it was artificially implanted.
Yeah. But still, I would love to see them.
Shoot, yeah. And they're wild and free. They can go back wherever they came from. They don't want to. And they're building a colony on this island, and they have researchers out there. They're collecting a lot of great data. So I'm okay with that because now they're in United States, so we can collect data as United States researchers, and we did not apparently, and I believe this, we did not impair the population in Nova Scotia or Canada.
Yeah.
So maybe a win-win, just little assistance there to nature.
Yeah, guarantee that 98% of the tourists that are going there are not going to even question whether it's a manufactured colony or not.
No, they're going to buy a stuffed animal that looks like one of them. Oh, I got two T-shirts at Bar Harbor, and one just had the puffin on it. It said Maine, standard tourist. You got to have that, right? And then one my wife got me says, "Are you ready for this, Pam? Stud puffin."
Okay, I like that.
I'll wear that for your next live stream.
Yes.
Well, GRB's been there too.
Oh, okay.
I camped at Bar Harbor a couple of times in the 1970s. Awesome place. Flounder and lobsters cheap as chips.
Every corner, every gas station, live lobsters.
Yeah. Yep.
Had to eat. It was good. Let's see. So a banded gull. It could be either way. In the context I was talking about them there, GRB, it was a ring-billed gull that had a metal band placed on its leg. Data collected and released.
That reminded me of Cape Cod has like ship tours that you can get on to go out. Well, you can go see the whales, have whales tours, or they have, which I've gone on a couple times, or they have one to see the seals.
Yeah.
And it's out at Chapman, and it's like the ocean there is like, it's like big sandbars and big sandy beaches. And on the sandbars a little ways out, the seals will be breeding and stuff, and the little sandbars will be totally covered with seals. And believe it or not, it's a really popular place for tourists to go swimming. It's right off that beach there, and I think maybe people don't ever watch the nature shows on great white sharks because sandbars with seals and great white sharks really go together.
Buffet is what the great white sharks call that.
So every once in a while, the beach will get shut down because some tourists will be out swimming, and a great white will take a seal right in front of them, when they're swimming. But anyway, so I wanted to take my daughter on the seal watch because we'd never been on it before. So I got there on a Saturday morning, and the whole day was booked already. There was no openings at all. It was like booked solid. So we were poking around the harbor there, and we found a place that they didn't do the seal watching, but they would take you out to an island and then pick you up at whatever time you wanted to be picked up. So we did that. So we went out to this island, which was just basically this huge sandbar. And my daughter, she went down to the edge of the beach, and she was building a sand castle in the moist sand right at the edge of the water. And I was sitting up a little ways reading a book, and I looked down at her, and it was so funny because she was building the sand castle. She was like on her hands and knees, and building the sand castle. And in a half moon out in the water, all the way around her was this group of seals that were like standing up half out of the water and watching her build that sand castle. So I said we didn't get on the seal watching cruise, but we had seals watching her.
Flip
it
that
was
coin.
really funny. I got some pictures of it somewhere. Okay, good night, TJ.
See ya, TJ.
See you, TJ. Well, the
I'm-
harbor
I'm
there
gonna-
had one big puffin boat cruise, and the other boat the same size was whale watching. So the tourists mainly went on one day and the other the next.
Yeah, I went out whale watching a couple times, and it's really fun to see them.
I've never eaten so much lobster. I got my fill. The Maine lobster, much preferred over the Florida lobster, the spiny lobster or warm lobster. Not as sweet. And man, I mean, it's a little bit. I held one of those. They gave me a big one. I don't know. It was like 10 pounds, something gross. I'm holding this monster lobster for photographs. And then, well, yeah, I like his little cousin there to chop that guy up for me. I don't know how they prepare them, but it was a little weird seeing your food alive and then eating it.
Yeah. And when I lived on Cape Cod, my sister was living in Pennsylvania. And for their anniversary, I went down to the canal. They had a fish store right on the canal, and they would like get the stuff right off the boats and cut it up in front of you and stuff. It was really fresh seafood. But I got some live lobsters and had them shipped to my sister because she told me how much they both of them loved lobster, and she had all kinds of great recipes that she used, but they couldn't afford them. So I sent them 2 live lobsters for their anniversary.
Oh.
And she called me up screaming because she'd never seen a live one before. She just bought them at the grocery store, and she had no idea what to do with them. She said it was running around the kitchen floor with the rubber bands on its claws, and she said, "What do I do with it?"
Well, the locals, after midweek, we'd made friends with some locals around town there because it's kind of a small place, actually. They said the secret is not to get the live lobster or have lobster tail, but to get the lobster roll because it's just as fresh. You just don't have to crack it and clean it and pick it out.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple places on the
If you don't want the bread, you just use a fork and eat it.
Rolls.
Leave the bread alone. But the lobster roll in Maine, that was the secret.
Yeah, there's a couple places on Cape Cod that sold lobster rolls too that were really good.
Yeah, so you're welcome, and I'd like to hear all about your experience with that when you visit. Why don't you drop me a line, slip in my DMs over there at Rat Cross Studio on Instagram.
Oh,
what is that? Hang on, let me blow you up.
This is at a friend of mine's house up in the hills, and she's got a little, it's either a paddy melon or a rock wallaby, and it's got a joey in its pouch.
It does.
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
so
look
sweet.
at that. Oh my gosh.
Straight out her back door.
Wow. How big is that? How big is that adult there, Blackie?
Probably between 2 and 3 feet.
Oh,
long.
wow. Less than a meter.
Yeah, they're not very big. They're one of the more common wallaby species around here.
Are they vicious or tame in the wild?
Well, I don't know about tame, but they won't, unless they're used to you. Like, I'm not sure if she feeds it or anything like that to keep it tame. But yeah, if you try and approach them, they'll bail.
Are they mostly vegetarian?
Yeah.
We have the raccoons around here that like to get in the trash. Do you have a similar mammal over there?
Not really. Feral cats, feral dogs, possums maybe, but not the same as your possums.
No, that's different.
But yeah,
they're a lot cuter than our possums. Our
possums. I mentioned Instagram. I did a holiday post about. I put all of my carvings together with some Christmas Carol in the background, and one of the carvings I did was a little Virginia opossum, bare tail, pink face, gray fur, and all of the other carvings were looking at the possum because the storyline was, if you're familiar with a spinning reel when you're fishing. The spinning reel is the one that's on the bottom of the and so the story was that the opossum had went fishing with the spinning reel in the upright position. which means you have to reel it backwards. And so now the carved village had some questions. And so they were all just facing the opossum, and you really felt for it. You can go back and look at that on Instagram. And the possum's name was Liver. And so the message was, don't judge Liver too harshly. And then I explained, oh, yeah, it's actually Oliver, but the O is silent.
Nice. I'll get it
Long
going.
story for a little punchline there.
I'm going to check my bill on the old people. I'll be back.
You say you had some pictures, Pam? I mean, some paintings or drawings?
I do have a couple, but
Well, I want to see them. I bet everyone else does too.
this one you might like to see. Hang on, I'll blow
Oh, the bison. Oh, yes. Was that at Yellowstone?
Yep. And that is on a piece of papyrus paper.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've ever seen papyrus paper before, but it's like, it's almost like really thin wood that's kind of woven together.
But it is a weave. I think you've told me
Yeah.
about it before. I've never used it.
I don't very often use it, but I was out of my regular drawing paper, so
Yeah.
and the buffalo fit perfect on this paper. I
It
mean,
really
it was just
does.
like
It
a
looks
perfect
good.
subject for this paper. So
Is there any? Did you paint a wash on the paper?
no, that's just the color that it is.
Oh wow, yeah, that's great.
So, and it was just like the perfect paper for that buffalo.
That's great. So you
Actually,
gonna sell that one?
It's for sale, but nobody's bid on him yet. So I just show them every week.
Yeah. Well, now's the time if you're in the chat and you're waiting for a great piece of art to start your new year off. You haven't bought any art yet. Now's the time. Hop in there.
And then let me see. I've got a photograph of him. So let me
I've
find.
never heard of that place, GRB. I'm not going to try and pronounce it in front of people. Yeah, it's a very quaint area. Have you been to Bar Harbor, Pam?
No,
Sounds like your kind of place. What's your other painting?
just a
Said you
second.
had
I'm
a
going to
couple.
show you the buffalo, a picture of it so you can see it better.
Okay, without the glare.
Because my webcam is shit for showing detail.
Trash Cat is suggesting we start the bid at 200. Is that going to be acceptable?
Yeah, that's what I want for it, at least 200 minimum.
Step right up. There you. Oh my gosh, that does look better, Pam. No.
Yeah,
glare.
doesn't it look? Isn't it the perfect subject for that paper?
It is, and immediately I can see 5 or 6 colors that I couldn't see before.
Yeah, the webcam just doesn't show my art very good at all. I
And
really take photographs of all of it before I show it, but
my art of yours with all of those ground colors, they go in every room. They fit in every room.
and then I've got the frog.
Let me see the frog. What kind of frog is it?
I've got a picture of it, but it's not a very good picture, but I'll show you. Because I really need to take photographs that, if I try taking a photograph that in like underneath the artificial light, it just turns out shit. So I need to take them during the day, and then I never think of it until after it's dark again.
I know, right? You think of other things when the sun's up.
Yeah. I think you've seen this frog before because I had him around before, and I think we talked about him before.
Oh, Blackie joined us, and then he ejected again. So
The frog is also on a piece of papyrus paper.
oh yeah, we talked about that tree frog.
Yeah. Yep, we did.
decided what kind it was. I don't recall.
Yeah, but I don't remember either. He's
Now,
a
what
Florida.
size is the frog?
He's just a Florida frog.
A Florida frog. What size is he?
I don't even know. I haven't measured it. It's something in the neighborhood of about 6 by 6 or something like that.
Can you hold it up by you so we can see?
Yeah. Oh, I think he's, let me see. No, he's probably about 5.5 by about 6.5, or a little bit over 6. I can tell because my measurement from my palm to the end of my longest finger is exactly 6 inches. I always use that for measuring.
That's good. That's a good tool.
I used to do that all the time when I was gardening to like make my separate rows and stuff.
Yeah.
Use my hand.
Okay. Yeah. Good sized. Good sized.
Yep.
And what do you want for that one?
Oh, like $50 for a starting bid on that one.
$50 starts the bid on the frog, people.
And
Hop
he's on
on in there. See what I did? Hop on in there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And then I've just got the little guys that I showed that are $20.
The cards.
Yeah, the hawk
The hawk.
and the deer.
The deer. Black-tailed mule deer. Red-tailed hawk, we decided.
And the bear.
Bear paw, after you scared it off, that's the only picture you could paint.
I thought we decided it was a red-shouldered hawk.
Well, no, then she showed us the picture that she sketched from, and it was a dark phase red tail. She took a little license, Blackie, on her rendition.
Fair enough. That is the artist's prerogative.
Amen. Speaking of, are you doing anything, taking a break or what? I really liked where you were going when you got started on your stuff.
The last thing I drew was the Thursday night at Sarah's house before we went to the expo. And I sat out on one of her balconies in the dark, and I drew a picture in the dark. And I actually realized a couple of days ago that I hadn't even looked at what I drew in the dark. And I took a picture of it and sent it to her the other night. But I can find it and show you. It's pretty much the only thing I've drawn in a couple of months, I think.
Is it available?
Bear in mind that it was done in the dark. And it's probably incomplete.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the koala conquering the eagle in the old tree. I like it.
I'm trying
I see a mask. I think it looks like a mask.
King. It hasn't signed it yet. So is it finished?
To me, it doesn't look finished, but because to me, to make it true to the original nonsense, it would probably have to be completed in the dark.
Oh,
you know,
that's poetic. Spoken like a true artist.
I'll have to wait until the next night where there's enough moonlight that I can sit out in the dark.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get the proper moon phase. That's a given.
Yeah.
And same amount of wine from the same bottle. Wowway points out something very important. Blackie is short for Rembrandt.
Fair enough.
Wowway, very perceptive. Well, I like your work, Blackie. I hope you continue to do it and sell it.
Yeah, I've just encountered a few things in the last few months of my life that have removed inspiration from me to continue drawing. So hopefully something comes back and I feel more inspired to draw in the near future.
Yeah, well, we all hope that for you, Blackie.
Thanks.
Yeah. I hate to hear you're without inspiration right now.
Yeah.
I had an art failure. I purchased a piece of art from somebody whose name is, let's say, Bob, and Bob was never able to get the art to me, so Bob refunded my money. So now I have my money back, but I don't have any of Bob's art.
Oh,
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That was a good piece that you
Yeah, I
bought
mean,
off
I
him.
was looking forward to that art, and now I don't have it. But it was a bargain basement deal, $20, and I basically understood he could get more for it. So I can't blame him, but I am a little disappointed. Trash Cat is so inspiring. The ticket is to hang around inspiring people, and you're going to reflect. You're just right.
I agree. The more contact you have with people that inspire you, the more inspired you feel. It's kind of seems silly because it's very logical, but yeah. The more time you have with people that inspire you, the more inspired you'll become.
Yeah. Yep. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future.
I have a quote from
Well, that makes me feel better, Wowie. I'm glad I didn't get it.
Picasso. A quote from Picasso, which I like, is inspiration exists, but it's got to find you working.
Ooh.
I like that one.
Accountability there.
Didn't Thomas Edison have an inspiration quote as well?
Yeah, I used to have one that I quoted all the time from him, and I can't remember it right now.
1% inspiration, 99% perspiration, or something like that. Was that Edison? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm fact checking now, Blackie. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he said genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
It was Edison, was it?
They credit it to Edison, yes.
Wow, my memory.
They being the internet, whoever writes the internet, I don't know. I have a quote that says, inspiration is nomadic. Otherwise, it would be normal.
True. I like that. Is that your own quote?
Yes, I came about it originally, although if you found that someone else had said it, I would not be surprised.
My when you do your graduating yearbook in high school and they get you to write a quote in the yearbook. My quote was, "School is like a garden shed. If you try and eat it, it'll get stuck in your throat."
So true. So true.
Tangential.
I love those yearbook quotes. Stay cool. Stay cool, man.
Yeah, I didn't want to be one of those kids who just wrote "stay cool" or "see you in the holidays" or
"good luck with the ladies."
Yeah, "you were my first kiss." Any of that nonsense.
Obviously, these yearbook quotes were very important to us as we're recalling them 40 years later.
Yeah. I like the quote, "It may be that your sole purpose in life is simply to serve as a warning to others."
Sam, did someone say that about you, or did you say it about someone else?
I said it about myself.
I was going to say a little from column A, a little from column B.
Oh, Pam, I have not seen your coffee cup tonight.
Oh, I don't have a coffee cup sitting here tonight. I don't have
You're
any coffee
famous.
tonight.
It's part of your identity. You're famous for your coffee cups. Whenever my wife and I see a sarcastic coffee cup out in the tchotchke section of Buc-ee's or whatever, we look at each other and say, Pam. Pam.
Yeah, I think coffee cups have become quite rare on the streams lately,
Gotta
except
get
in
your
the
coffee
thumbnail.
cup.
That bizarre coffee cup that just says "unt" and no one
Yeah,
understands.
I like
it. It's
that one.
weird. I just don't get it.
I love it when people ask. And Pam just explains the handle and then holds it up like, now read it.
I did like the aspect of your coffee cup that you sent to Huawei, that it was double-sided, so it was effective for right and left-hand users. Because a lot of coffee cups you get are just one-sided, like Pam's Unt one.
That one.
Yes.
It's only on one side, isn't it? Oh, I guess it wouldn't make
It's
sense
just
if it
on
was
one
on the other.
side. Yeah. It wouldn't
Otherwise
work
it'd
if it was
say-
turned the other way.
Yeah, it'd say Tanuk.
Good point. Good point.
That's my University of Neon Tetra cup.
Yes, it is.
And probably 90% of the people out there would believe that.
I was laughing. I took that picture because I mod on the King Frostmare stream, and so one night I banned this kid, and he came back in with a different name and called me an old cunt. and I was sitting here with my coffee cup, that coffee cup sitting right in front of me. So I was like, oh, okay. There it is.
Kids these days.
Yeah.
Always pointing out the obvious.
That's right. Yeah. So we have like a channel on Discord for the mods where we go and talk about, mostly we joke, send jokes to each other, but we also go in there and we'll say, well, this guy came in with this name, should we allow it or let it slide, or tell him to go out and change it or get banned or whatever. We'll talk about stuff like that. So after that kid did that and called me that, I like took that photograph and posted it up on the Discord channel in the mod section, in our modding channel. Just because.
And he was never seen again.
Actually, he has tried to come back in again quite a few times, changing his name. He must have, in order to change your YouTube name, you have to do a whole new channel. I mean, you can change your name, but if you get banned, in order to come back in, you have to have another channel.
New
And
email, new channel.
He's probably been banned now, we were talking about the other day, over 400 times.
Jesus.
So over 400 times he's made a new channel with you have to have a new email address and everything.
Yeah. I don't get it. If you
one?
want to be a part of a community, why are you
trying to be an
communities often enough to get kicked out?
Yeah, he has a drinking problem, I think. So, he would be okay for a while, and then he'd come in drunk and say things that he shouldn't say, and would ban him again.
Pam, is your channel still monetized?
Yes, it is.
My Pond Life channel isn't monetized any longer.
Really?
Yeah, it died. I changed the name from River Life to Pond Life, and it died. It immediately died. And
Just
so then somehow I fell out of the parameters. I don't know how or what. Still, there's thousands of subscribers. I guess, I don't know, maybe watch time fell off for a couple of years. I didn't upload.
Yeah, you have to have so much watch time per year.
And then
I think it's 4,000 hours per year or something like that.
So, and then Bird Garden, it's about 2,500 subscribers now, and they don't count the hours for the live stream.
Which that totally sucks because that's where all your hours are going to be.
Oh, yeah, tons. And so I got some sort of an award for reaching 10,000 watch hours so quickly. And then that they wouldn't let me monetize because I didn't have the watch time.
Oh, but at least they gave you that little award, you know.
All right, I've got that. I'll always have that.
Nothing.
And they started using ads on the channel. So there's lots of ads on there. And I'm not getting paid.
Well, if there's ads, then you should be monetized.
I know, right? I agree. Come on, YouTube. So then I just started Rat Cross Studio. And it's like, okay, this is what you're going to find on Rat Cross Studio is whatever Rat Cross wants to put on there. And nobody has to like it. And I don't have to have a schedule where I'm pressured to put up content all the time. And that's working out pretty good. No expectations.
That's the best way to do it.
I think so. I mean,
you.
It's working out. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if it got monetized, but it's not a goal.
I think it was Rick Rubin who recently he's getting a bit of shit about his mantra about artists doing their work for themselves and not for their fan base.
I heard what he said about that. I thought he had a point, but I mean, good luck nailing that point.
Yeah, well, mate, people question his credibility because he's a music producer, but he doesn't play any instruments or have any musical skill. He's just got an ear for a sound. But I think it's quite a valid point that, you know, a lot of art, if you're doing art for what you want to do, other people are going to like it anyway. You're better to do your art for you instead of pandering to an audience.
I think to an extent, I think that's 100% to define your lane, your creativity. But then I think popular variations in your lane are just smart.
Yeah. Milkers. G'day, NLA Mike. How are ya?
New local Austin checking in.
Well, guys, it's almost midnight here, so I think I'm going to say that that's good for tonight.
Yeah, I got to go and get some
streaming
dinner
for 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Well, I need to get outside and see if I can hear some owls talking to one another.
I would go outside, but it's colder than shit out there.
I had a nice big owl fly through my backyard the other day. It's always glorious when they do that because you see a massive shape, but you don't hear a thing.
Not even a wing flap.
Mm-hmm.
I was traveling, I think I was in Nevada, if I remember right. But I was on the freeway and it was like the middle of the night. And I saw something ahead of me, so I slowed down. And it was a great horned owl.
Oh, yeah.
Its wingspan went all the way across the front of my truck. I mean, it was like...
Oh, yeah.
It was huge. And you know what it was doing?
No.
It was chasing a coyote.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, that bird was huge, and he was after that coyote, and that coyote was running like hell.
They commonly take goats, so...
Yeah, I saw something the other day. Somebody said something about, it was a film of a eagle, like, taking a cougar off a cliff and dropping it. And they were like, oh, he bit off more than he could chew. He couldn't hold it. That's not what they do. They'll grab an animal like that, a goat or whatever, and they'll like take it off the cliff and drop it and then go down and eat it when it hits the bottom.
Lover's leap.
They're not silly.
Yep. It's not that they think that they can like carry it very far. All they got to do is knock it off the cliff so it falls, you know?
Dinner's ditch, not lover's leap.
Exactly. Yep.
You should title this live stream Animal Kingdom.
Should what?
Title this live stream Animal
Oh.
Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, since I've talked about it, I just checked. Rat Cross Studio YouTube channel has 91 subscribers. Thank you
Oh,
very
come on,
much if you're
people.
already
Get on it.
subscribed. But I want to tell you, it would mean a lot to me if I could get 100 subscribers.
Well, I know that I'm subscribed.
I'm
Pam,
fairly certain I am as well.
Yeah, Pam, you're subscribed. I think you were one of the first few.
Yeah, I think I was one of the first ones.
Yeah, and I've been at 91 now for probably about 6 months.
So,
And
if
it didn't
anybody,
bother me until it bothered me. Now it bothers me, and I would like to have 100 subscribers. I don't even know why. I don't know what you get for 100. I don't know.
let me see if I can pull it up here.
I think Huawei's got it in the link tree for all of us already.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm
Thank you,
subscribed.
Mike.
Of course, I'm subscribed.
I
Why would
actually
it not
wasn't,
be?
but I am now.
See,
I
if you
apologize,
build it,
but
they will come. Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure I will,
92.
Oh yeah, got it. I just got the link and Grasshopper beat me to it.
Yeah, I got 92 subscribers now. Thank you very much, Blackie.
So if
Everybody's
anybody hasn't subscribed, do it now.
And if anybody runs into anyone named Bob, ask him if he'd resubscribe. I need people named Bob in there.
93.
Is it 93? See? You people are awesome. Thank you very much.
Travis says he just
94.
did it.
Man, oh man. I mean, to the moon. To the moon.
6 more and we'll get to the 100.
94 subscribers. I can't even believe this. Thank you, Jenny Lynn. Thank you very much. Travis Myers, Aces. Appreciate that. When I get to 100, Pam, I'll do an art giveaway on your live stream.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Trash Cat, thank you very much. I know you would. I appreciate that.
96.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have a party right here before it's over.
Fish police.
Watching us and judging us.
Well, go watch and judge and subscribe to Rat Cross Studio.
I've
I
got
was wondering.
the last few
wondering what that
videos are
prickling feeling on
trout
the back of the
underwater
neck was.
where I took a camera and casted it down the river and let it just float. And judging. You always judge, Fish Police. Always judge. No
Yeah,
one's
that's what I
going
was
to
saying.
judge for you.
I was wondering what that prickling feeling on the back of my neck was. It was me being judged.
That was it.
Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Well, I think we've done good work here, Pam. Thank you very much.
Well, the next stream that I have, I'm going to push it a little bit.
And
Get
yeah,
your subscriptions up there because, like right now, we've only got 13 people watching, and we had over 20 a little while ago. So a lot of people are heading for bed.
yeah, all the lightweights had to go to bed. I know.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's me every night that you're not doing a live stream. I'm a lightweight.
Mm.
But
Well,
96
I've got to go and get
subscribers,
dinner
that's pretty awesome. And we'll finish it off next time, and I'll do an art giveaway.
Nice.
And we'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm going to stream Saturday night, so I'll push it on Saturday night too.
Oh, that's the Saturday night. That's all it's going to take.
Yeah.
Only need 3 more. But yeah, I got to go and sort out
97?
dinner, so I got to go.
Popping off
me.
here like wildfire. 97. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. We're having a good time, but I do appreciate it. Oh, Huawei subscribed on all of his channels. There's an idea. Thank you, Vinoski. Appreciate that. Trash Cat's on board. Listen, if we don't make it here in 30 seconds, just tell your friends. Just share it on your social media and say, hey,
We'll do it Saturday too when I get a good crowd in.
poor old guy, he's already got a haircut. He just needs a few more subscribers.
Maybe that's when you lost viewers. You cut all
Yeah.
the hair off and all the viewers ditched you.
That's right. Yep.
Back when I was somebody. Used to have
That's a
hair
good
and
idea,
everything.
Trash Cat. Go on. Take the link with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I gotta go and
I'm going to
get
shut
dinner.
down because it's
Right.
getting late here and cold, and my feet are cold, and I'm going to go climb underneath the blankets.
Pam, you got to stay warm. You got to stay
Yeah.
warm.
So it's going to be a cold week this week. It's going to be a really cold week.
Don't forget to hit that
Every day.
like if you haven't already. Subscribe to Rex. Subscribe
Yeah,
to me.
Thank
Don't subscribe
you
to me.
for
Spread
modding,
the love.
guys. And thank you, Blackie. And thanks for coming up, Rack.
Thanks for having me, Pam. Good to see you, Blackie.
And thanks,
You too,
everybody,
Dave.
for hanging
Bye.
out. And we'll see you Saturday night.
Bye, everybody. Have a nice time.